Family Violence, Chapter 12, Abuse of Elderly and Disabled Persons. This is a narrated version of this chapter PowerPoint presentation. Introduction, 1980s, violence against elders received heightened consideration. National Center for Adult Abuse was established in 1981. By 1989, most states had enacted some form of mandatory elder abuse reporting law, and elder abuse is now recognized as a social problem. Scope of the problem, issues discussed by your textbook include definitions of elder abuse are more problematic than in other forms of family violence. Definitions encompass more subtypes of abuse and types of abuse that are difficult to operationalize. No definite conclusions can be reached about a uniform age and the prevalence of mistreatment that are most common. Examples of specific abuses discussed in your textbook include emotional and psychological, physical, financial, sexual, including internet pornography, neglect, self-neglect, abandonment, violation of human rights, and scams by strangers. Consequences of elder abuse. Some of the topics in your textbook that are discussed include health consequences, destroying quality of life, and can be deadly. Reactions of professional practitioners include social service agencies, adult protective services, investigations by APS, adult protective services, in-home assessment, and refusing service. Characteristics of abused elders. Some of the characteristics discussed in your textbook include age, difficult to pin down because of lack of consensus, gender, mostly female, whether the victim is a parent or a spouse, and race, combining Hispanic with whites or blacks can complicate comparisons. Characteristics of elder abusers. Some of the characteristics discussed in your textbook include age, generally 40 to 60, gender, equally divided among the sexes. Among adult children who abuse their parents and intimates, the gender of the abuser is most often male. Abusers are equally divided between adult children and intimates. Gender of the abuser depend on the type of abuse. Explaining abuse of elderly persons. Some of the theories used in the textbook are social learning theory, social exchange theory, stress and dependency theories, including how burdensome is caregiving, dependency of abused elders, problems with caregiver stress model, abuse by severely mentally ill, alcohol and drug use of mentally ill, criminality of elder abuse, and revictimization studies. Practicing issues for treating elder abuse discussed in your textbook include recognizing elder abuse, practitioner training, elder abuse investigator training, guardianship dilemmas, REACH programs, that's REACH programs, and helping elder abused by offspring. Response to elder abuse. Some of the issues discussed in your textbook, social services, APS, responses to elder abuse include treatment of elder abusers, gaps in service provisions, research findings on programs. Criminal justice system response issues include policy responses and prosecutors. Legal issues include the Elder Justice Act, legal access, legal needs of elders, reducing financial exploitation. Medical responses include medical screening, assessment tools, mandatory reporting compliance, failure to report, and physician education. Policy issues for combating elder abuse that are discussed in your textbook include non-collaboration between adult protective services and violence programs, a successful collaboration, shelters for elderly abused women, emergency disaster care, criminal justice system responses, and training. Policy issues for combating elder abuse continued, discussed in your textbook include funding police, improving the court's oversight of guardianship matters, improving the court's response to elder mistreatment, legislation, and university courses on aging. The Weinberg Center, multidisciplinary teams, a research agenda, and expanded research topics are also addressed. Prevention issues discussed in your textbook include public awareness campaigns, improving official evaluations, social support, social connectedness, living arrangements, including housing, innovative assisted living facilities, aging in place, help from organizations, elder fraud prevention, steps seniors can take themselves, and the role of attorneys. Same-sex elder abuse, including gay, lesbians, bisexuals, and transgendered elders. Issues discussed in your textbook include prevalence of abuse, gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgendered elders, and needs of homosexual elders. Cross-cultural elder abuse. Issues discussed in your textbook include prevalence of cross-cultural elder abuse related to Asian countries, Israel, Spain, and the United Kingdom. Ethnic elder abuse issues are discussed related to African American, American Indians, Chinese Americans, and Korean Americans. Cultural competence is also discussed. Abuse of disabled persons. Topics discussed in the textbook include defining the disability, attitudes towards disabled persons, estimates of abuse of disabled persons, other estimates of abuse or disabled, sexual assault, perpetrators of abuse of disabled persons, and the criminal justice system responses. Characteristics of disabled victims and their abusers. Topics discussed in the textbook include disclosure of abuse and help-seeking activities, including disclosure to police and barriers facing deaf individuals. Practice, policy, and prevention is also addressed. Abuse in nursing home and long-term care facilities. Issues discussed in the textbook include complaints against nursing homes, sexual abuse in nursing home, operation of the DHAS, cost, lack of interagency cooperation, nursing home personnel, situational factors, registries, accountability, and preventing long-term care abuse. That concludes this narrated version of this